Hello everyone and welcome to yet another flight video with me flying X-Plane 11 in VR, flying the Zebra mod and my old trusty LN DYD Norwegian livery. I am currently parked at the gate 13 in Copenhagen Airport, where I parked after arriving here from Gothenburg last night. Had a smooth night flight, but I reckon I was a bit tired through flying, but I did it anyhow and we did arrive safely. I had a good night's sleep and I have done a few adjustments to the sim. I have deleted my preferences and shaders and have reset my X-Vision preset to original, so that might give us some more Simpsons cartoony clouds, perhaps, but we'll see. The weather in Copenhagen is from Active Sky, live weather, and since I live close to Copenhagen Airport, I can confirm that this is pretty much what it looks like. In today's flight we are going to Copenhagen in Denmark, my birth country, where I have not lived for several years, but I often and frequently visit. Where we'll be landing in Kastrup Airport, coming in from the north to runway 19 I can't remember, left, 19 left. And there should be ATC available. We are online on VATSIM. As always, I am flying with failures enabled and also remove flying surfaces option enabled, so I cannot do anything crazy without breaking the aircraft, because we love our realism, don't we? I also only fly to and from the last airport where I landed. I do not jump airports and do different legs like many do. I know it sounds silly, but it makes me feel a bit more immersed in the experience and makes the world feel a bit larger. So if I wanted to go to Hawaii, I would actually have to fly there, which I will do someday, but not today. I think we have seen enough of the aircraft from the outside. We can do a walk around, but before we do the walk around we need to do a few things in the cockpit. So let's jump into the flight deck. Let me just get my seat adjusted. And hopefully the FPS today will not bother us too much. And hopefully what we did with our shaders and preferences have had some effect. Let's get the crew started on the cleanup and let's get some power going. There we go. And let's close the door. Get rid of that noise. So we will just switch a few buttons here. You can come on. And you can come on. And we are using ground power, and we would like this here as well. And you can come on. Okay, so that's basically it. So let's start by going to do the walk around. Now I see that there is a new air rack. It was a bit early arrived, but I will update it later on. It's fine for now. I do have the Navigrab subscription, so it's just a matter of doing the login, but I do not want to stop the video and log in and do all the stuff needed, so let's just get started for the walk around. Let's have a front view first of the aircraft. No visible damage to the radar cone. Everything is looking fine. Let's have a look here. And wheels are looking fine. No leakages. So let's just crawl under the sky and have a look at engine number 2. And it is looking fine, no damages. And let's go to the wheels, check the brakes, check the status of the tires. And we are all looking good here. And no leakages. So let's get back out here and walk along the edges to check for any damages. Cannot see any. It's looking rather nice. And also here, no issues here. So let's walk behind this truck here and see if we can get a good view of our tail. And it's looking good. And everything is looking seemingly good here. So let's just walk up to landing gear here, look at the brakes, look at the tires, and have a look into the wheel well. Check the back of our engine. Good. And walk along the wing. And it's looking good. So let's check out engine number 1. Cone is good, fan blades look good, and we can walk to the static port, which is also looking good. And let's just get a last look at the angle of attack sensors and our pitot tubes. Everything is looking fine, so we will call that our walk around completed. And we can jump back into our cockpit. Let's get a better seating position here. So we have basically lit up here. So let's get some light up before we start popping things in our flight computer. There we go. Make sure that everything is where it should be. Looks like it. So let's get our flight plan. Here we have it. Quite heavy today. We are at zero fuel weight, 59 tons exactly. I think we are around 160 passengers, if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to flight level 370, and for fuel we will need 6.1 tons. So we'll just pop that in, 59 and 6.1 ton. There we go. And if we decide to do another leg from Copenhagen and onwards into Europe, then we'll do a refueling there. For now, I would like to keep our weight under control, so we will do it like that. The weather in Copenhagen should be a bit cloudy, perhaps a few rain showers, but nothing serious to worry about. So that's our refueling done. Oops. Let's move on. Let's just have a look-see on our reserves. We have our alternate being Jordenborg, and we will need 2.7. So we are in Gardermoen as always, and I do promise that I know we have done a lot of flights to Gardermoen. That is basically because that's where I'm based and where we like to fly from. That's home. But very, very soon we will head out into Europe and explore the airports and countries there. So that's all done. And Kastrup Airport. Now I do not fly to Kastrup that often, not because I don't want to, actually yes, because I don't want to, because for some odd sad reason. There is no good scenery, and I really think that's sad. I think all major countries, or all countries basically, should have their main airport. We need scenery for that, basically. And I know people have some converted scenery from other sims, but it's a lot of hassle. You have to own the other sim, you have to buy, and you have to convert. It's a lot of work, and I'd rather use that time flying. And it's okay, the scenery that comes with it, but it's not perfect. I have downloaded the Öresund Bridge, which is a big landmark there. But I don't really like the airport. It's a mess and it's a maze, and you easily get lost, especially with some cryptic taxi instructions you often get there, and not all of the stands are marked, and yeah, it can become a mess quite fast. So I often avoid it, actually, sadly enough. But today we're going. So that's all done. So we will depart. Runway 19 right, Tor 6 Delta. 19 right, Tor 6 Delta. And Zulu 132. Bomgo. I am aware that we need to do all our checks and our tests, and we are doing it a bit. We had switched the order around today, but I will do it after we have set up the flight here. So Bomgo, we're going to Yankee 440. To Sabak. From Sabak to Lima 997. And via the Lima 997 route we are going to Lastly. Did I write that? Lastly, I wrote Lastly. Lastly. There we go. Huh? L-A-S-L-I L-A-S-L-I. Okay. So what we could do, we could skip that and just go direct to Arnov, which we'll do. It will not let me do that. Okay, this. It's a mess. Should have updated. We go direct to Arnov and do the Arnov 1 November approach for runway 22 left. And we'll activate that and we'll have a look at it in a while. So fuel weight and reserves 2.1. I reckon it was a bit lower, but we'll just add a little extra. Actually it was 2.7, so we'll pop in 2.7. Cost index 30. And flight level 370. Can pop that up here as well. There we go. Cruise winds 259.26. 259.26. And +7. Execute that. Temperature outside is 18 degrees. And we will do 24K. Flaps 5. 147. And now we will get this reverses pop up when I use button on my yoke to get the trim set. There we go, fix that, all done. And it's basically set. All said and done? Yeah, looking good. So let's just take a look at the route. And it looks real good. No comments on that. So today we're basically just going to climb up and then descend down using our kinetic energy. So that's the routing. Let's just do our test, which we so nicely skipped in our startup. Extinguish. There we go. Okay. That's good. And let's sounds good. Let's skim over here. Nothing to worry about here. Test our lights. Good. Let's reset. Take off configuration horn. GCAS test.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend.
Just
now.
putting in a cardamom.
Climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
We need to get around 1,600. So let's see if we can do that with our hand controller here. $16.81. There we go. Let's just have a look-see here. Looks good. Fuses are good. Escape rope and oxygen. Okie dokie. Can put you on the next page. So what I would like to do, I would like to have airport here. Here we can stay at 10 and pop some light on you. And I would like some more distance on your side. So we'll get our charts up. First our airport. Departure, we were flying the Tor 6 Delta. Torp 6 Delta. There we go. And I do believe that it is here 1385. So what we'll do is we'll pop in Gardermoen in this on this side. 1385, is it? Yeah. There we go. And first of all, our runway heading will be 192. Because of the X-plane 1 degree discrepancy, navigator charge is 1 degree above X-plane. But we will obey to X-plane since that is the world that we are in. Go. And take a look at our departure. So we will climb to 7,000. What we can do before we do anything else is tell the ground guys to bugger off and start our boarding. And start our boarding timer. Looking good. And we can close a few doors. There we go. Climb and runway heading, track 242. To GM 442.
On board.
And on to Nanan. So we'll stay 2442 and then we'll go 187. Hit until we hit Tor. So that is perfect. So we can actually tune Tor here as well. There we go. Away you go. Nice and silent now. Okay. So we will take off from runway. Let's just get out, running up and go through our briefing. So we will take off from runway 1 on the right. We will turn right on heading 242 until Golf Mike 607, which is here. From there we will turn on to 187 towards Torp. Let's just see, no other notes. And we will climb, basically following our LNAV directions For our taxiing, we will push back facing west. We are situated here at stand 13, so we will push back facing west. We will go on Kilo 1 onto Echo. From Echo we will turn left on Golf onto November and follow November all the way to Alpha 9, where we will enter the runway and take off. And the ground crew is already briefed on our pushback intention, so that's all good. So let's just have a look-see here. Set on Barrow, you're good, and we need the latest.
Echo November Golf Mike Airport information Hotel 1220 Zulu weather wind 156 at 12 visibility 10,000 sky clear temperature 18 dew point 4 QNH 1007 advise on initial contact you have information Hotel
1007
Echo no.
So QNH is set. You're looking good. Hectopascals and Barrow. Good, you can come on, you can come on, and you can come on, and I would like you to stay there. And I set you earlier, that is all good. So, let's just check. Yeah, I have 068, 068 and 45 and 45, cross checked. And correct as well. So we can do our before startup checklist. Pre-flight oxygen is tested. Navigation, transfer and display stations switches is normal and auto. Window heat is coming on, and this name is your damper. Flight instruments, heading alternatives are cross-checked and correct. Parking brake is set, and engine start switches is set to cut off. So what we will do also is to get our map up and running, just to check for any possible traffic conflicts, since we don't have ATC currently. And I am trying out the new VATSIM map. We do have some aircrafts in Gardermoen currently. Oh no. I had hope for ATC in Copenhagen, but it looks like they have locked off. Well, maybe they'll come back on. Yeah, so it looks like we have no incoming traffic for the during the time we'll be taking off, so it looks good. So we will imagine we have been given our clearance and that we have been allowed to push and start. So let's just flow over one last time. Your damper on, look good. Looking good. Looking good as well. And you will stay at 0 because we are at 17 feet in Copenhagen. No fuel in the center tank, and we can start our APU. There we go. Correct the seating. And we can request a pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And we can just say we are waiting for our APU here. The APU song. There's our tow connecting. And we do not have any aircraft. We are crammed into a little alleyway here, so that's the APU. Disconnect you.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So he can connect, we can pop you on. Get ready to start up and push back. Before start, flight deck doors are closed and locked. Fuel pumps, 6.1 tons and fuel pumps are on. Passenger signs are on, windows are locked. MCP, we have the V2, we have the heading and altitude set. Takeoff speeds, we have 137, 138, so we will have a rotation.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
147. CDO pre-flight is completed, rudder and aileron trim is free and zero. Taxi takeoff briefing has been completed and anti-collision lights are on, starting number 2. Put some fuel in. Wow. Is that at least 3 aircraft I see sitting here? Looks like it could be a fun night. Start a cutout and it's looking good. EGT is falling again. Oil pressure is stable as well. Let's start number 1. Lucky number 13. Let's see if we can find number 13 in Copenhagen if they have one. And get some fuel. EGT is rising.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Start a cutout. It's stable. EGT is falling. Perfect. So. Up. Set. Full forward. Full back, full left, center, full right, center, rudder, right, left, checked, and flaps 5. And let's have the before taxi checklist.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Almost forgot this. Here we go. Before taxi, generators on, propede is on, anti-ice is off, isolation valve is auto, engine start is continuous. Auto brake, RTO, engine start levers, idle D10, flight controls has been checked and ground equipment has cleared, and there is our bypass pin. Bye bye and thank you. See you next time. So let's get going on to K1 and Echo and Hotel November. Get around 30%. Good. I will take the weather radar and you can take the terrain. And you can control it off. So we don't have too many clouds now. I do know that the Gardermoen scenery for Gardermoen scenery is, don't misunderstand me, it's optimized for FPS. It is a large airport, it has a lot of stuff going on. I do believe it even has interior inside the terminals. So for VR you definitely feel some lag spikes if you are running as many plugins and add-ons and all those and everything else as I am. We don't have too much weather going on, so that definitely helps a lot on the FPS. So it shall be interesting to see once we close in on Copenhagen and see how we are sitting quite nicely there. As long as we are at 20, I'm actually happy. So no visible aircraft here. So Golf is coming up. And let's hope that ATC comes back, that he just needed to take a short break. So there's November, and then we just run all the way down November. Funny thing is, it's what's now 2 weeks ago, barely 2 weeks ago, I was actually sitting, I was actually taking off in real life from this exact runway with basically this exact weather. And the scenery is very accurate, let's just say that. Rolling, rolling, rolling. And there's no people on final. We didn't see anyone on the map either, no traffic close to Oslo, so we can safely take off. Oops, a little fast here. So the military area, which was part of the original airport before they moved the national airport here from Fornebu. We are coming up on Alpha 9 and we can switch to our departure map. And let's just do the 4 takeoff checklist. Flaps, 5 green light, stabilizer trim was 4.6 units. Yeah, something like we said. 4.7 actually, I think it was. D-step, and transponder will now go to TARA. Okay. And we are cleared for takeoff, so let's turn onto the runway here and pop on some lights. Short final is looking clear.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
You. Reset timer and looking for 1912.
Approaching 19 right.
Checked and correct.
On runway 19
bit of
right.
Jittering here in the image, but not too much. That should do us very nicely. So slide forward pressure, start the timer. Stabilized, and we set takeoff thrust. Looking for 94.7 N1. Thrust set, indications are normal.
16. Positive rate.
Gear up. Nicely trimmed. That's good. And our immediate turn.
$1,000.
And we can bug up. That's one.
2,500.
Flaps up. And Command A. And let's clean up. So. And after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear is up and off, flaps up, no lights after takeoff checklist completed. And let's clear ourselves to flight level 150. And here we are looking down at a ski resort called Warrants. I do a lot of skiing there myself, actually. In the winter time, it's close by where I live, and up here somewhere is my house. And it's looking like a nice day, so maybe I'll go for a run afterwards. And what we are basically doing now is avoiding Oslo, which we have in here. So we're just turning slightly away from Oslo. Can release the cabin crew. And we shall soon begin our turn. 2187. And she's flying nicely. And in there is Oslo, the fjord. There's 10,000. Let's put it to 187. And we are still sitting at, yeah, decent FPS for VR. So let's clear us to our final cruise level. There we go. Next up is Nanon. is Oslo. We can see the Opera House down there. So it bugs me just a little bit that we have this 1 degree discrepancy from Navigraph and from X-plane, but I can deal with it. So let's start looking for Copenhagen. And let's release the passengers. And let's make a personal announcement, not the automated one. Mine damer og herrer, velkommen ombord på denne Norwegian-flygningen fra Oslo til København. Vi er nå godt på vei mot vår cruisehøyde i dag, som vil være ca. 11 000 meter over bakken. Vi forventer fint klart vær det meste av veien, men noe skyet vær når vi nærmer oss København. Dere er nå frigitt til å gå rundt i kabinen og benytte toalettene. Har dere noen ytterligere spørsmål eller noe dere lurer på, så er dere hjertelig velkommen til å kontakte kabinepersonalet. På vegne av min co-pilot som heter John Doe, takker vi dere for at dere valgte å fly med Norwegian og ønsker dere en behagelig tur. Ding, ding. I don't want to do it in English. I did it in Norwegian. I could do it in Danish and English as well, but then I would be speaking all the way to Denmark. So we were looking at charts. We would need our arrival, which was the Arnov 1 November. And I must remind myself to update the AIRAC. Soon. So I can update it once we get to Copenhagen. So here's our arrival. Our approach. To runway 22 left. Here we go. And let's get. Oh, passenger Escobar! He joined us last night as well. Guess he's having some business done in Copenhagen. So let's bring him there safely. Okay. 217. So we'll just wait until we pass Tor and then we'll complete our setup. So there's actually some clouds coming in here, so it shall be interesting to see what it will do for our frames. Not looking too bad now. See if we have any ATC. Nope. Just close you down for a minute and get our let's try to get out of the chair for a while here. And I also, actually I am planning to write manually in here, turn on your butt kicker, because I always tend to forget it. So let's see if we can get it. Get it on. I'm just peeking out of my VR goggles now. There we go. So now we have some more realism and the clouds are coming in here. So let's push the seat back and crawl out of our chair with all our wires attached to our head, almost like in the Matrix. If you have ever seen that movie, I'm getting old, I guess. So nice day flying, looking good. Let me see if I can find my jump seat sitting here. So there we are, seated nicely in the aircraft jump seat. And I bet you this is a view you wouldn't like to see as a passenger, looking into the cockpit. But in VR, you can get some really good views, and it's really astonishing. So now the Norwegian landscape has disappeared from view. Let's just check on the cabin. Everybody behaving nicely in here. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go for a stroll. I do think that, yeah, they have some beer over there. Could you please grab me a beer? Just popped us into the pantry here. Looking out. See if we can lock ourselves. Yeah, so now we are actually locked ourselves out of the cockpit. So, and all our virtual passengers. I do have some ideas or some wishes actually, which I don't think will ever come through, but get back in here. Okay, I just lost my orientation and my yeah, so yeah, so here we are. So I'll just have to reseat myself. And that will give us a good outside view of the aircraft. Not too often that you get this view. Not too bad a view actually. We have down the side of the aircraft. And I do think that we will do a turn in a very short while, so let's just get back into control here. Yeah, we did the turn already. So enough horsing around, and let's get on to flying. Sure, close the door. Let's just give you guys some situational awareness of where we are currently over the entry to the Oslo Fjord, heading towards the Swedish coastline. And climbing just past 33,000 feet or 10,000 meters. And a bit of lag, actually. So this should be default X-plane clouds. 143. And let's do some preparations here. So 217. So that would mean 216 on X-plane. And 1095. Okay. And let me just get my window, my desktop out, so that I can set our minimums correctly, because to do that I wouldn't. Yeah, here we are, North Shuttle 948. Let's try and remember that. So we need to get this window out and going in order to use the virtual mouse, which we need to get set our minimums at 208. Oops. Maybe we can do it manually. It's a bit lively. Boxing 11. Yeah, so let's get this away. Do have quite a lot of aircraft in Copenhagen actually. But no HCC, but this is basically where we're coming in. Here we are. Let's just look at the weather for Copenhagen. Slight update. So we left Oslo with decent weather. Now we're in these clouds here. Should be a hole actually. And we will quite possibly get some rain here. Showers, rain. 109. Let's just try and do something. Quite low cloud cover, so light showers, rain. Clouds overcast at 900 feet. Wow. That will be an interesting test for my FPS. I have actually turned off my 3J FPS just to test. For some people they say, hey, I don't use it, I don't need it, it's better without. I constantly try to turn it off and end up turning it back on, so maybe it'll cause some problems, we will see. 9 is set. Yeah. Here we are, all by ourselves. And he is quite likely going to fly to Gothenburg or Stockholm. Yeah, he's going to Stockholm from Madrid. Long trip. So let's just shut this down and get the VATSIM client in here. There we go. And put it on text. So hopefully, since we do have a lot of traffic, there's the Swedish coastline. So hopefully, since we do have a lot of traffic sitting in Copenhagen, they will notice that we are coming and they will give way to us, I hope. We'll see. Worst case, we'll have to do a go around. So we have our this tuned. We have Copenhagen tuned and it is already tracking. And we can find our airport charts, which we will definitely need now. So now the shim is, I don't know if you can notice it in the recording, but it's kind of shaking. I don't know if it's the butt kicker that's moving me actually. So here we have it. And in case we get ATC, we would need our taxi routings. So we'll land here and most likely vacate. If we are lucky, we can vacate a Bravo 5. If not Bravo 4, then go Bravo, crossing runway 30. Let's just stay on top of our heading here. 62. Go to Bravo and then we'll find some parking spot at the Apron North or something like that. I think that's what we'll do. So in case of missed approach, we'll climb straight ahead to 500 feet or DME 1 OXS, which we have tuned. Whichever is later, we will turn left. That means back out over the sea onto 187, climbing to 3000. 7 is tuned. Just a bit curious. We would only do, if you have a ceiling at 900 feet, it should be just fine. So Sweden passing by below us. Let's see if we can get a good view. Still no ATC. Just monitoring that top of climb. Nope. What I should be monitoring is my FPS. It's quite curious what will happen if we will do a very laggy approach. So we'll basically arrive Arnov and go down throughout Öresund, which is this water here. And once we reach Sweden, we will turn right onto runway heading and do our ILS approach there. Checked. So we should basically start our descent at with 132 track miles. So top of descent looks set quite well. Let's just clear ourselves down to 25,000. And let's get some situational awareness going. And here we are, just over Göteborg. Can't quite see Landwetter where we flew off from last evening. Did a night flight, which is also a video you can find on the channel. It's a good halfway mark, so we'll start our descent here. What we will do is we will do our level change descent. Just for funs. There we go, going down. There's Sweden. It's a little bit late descent, but we'll do a fast dive now, and then we'll smoothen it out once we get below a flight level 200. clouds are actually not too bad. They can look a bit cartoony, especially in overcast conditions, but if you take this look here, it looks quite good actually. Lots of stuff going on in Copenhagen. Bit of a crosswind here, actually. There's some traffic out there. Who are you and what are you doing? He is cruising and we're just passing by him, that's what's happening. Cruising at 33,000. We're diving quite fast, so we will just sorry, take it up slightly. There we go. Clears to 15. Maybe we should do PA, but do it in English so you guys understand what the heck I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the flight deck. We have started our descent into Copenhagen and expect to be on the ground in about 20 minutes time, 25 minutes perhaps. In about 5 minutes we will close the toilets and put on the seatbelt signs. So once again, thank you for flying with Norwegian Air Shuttle, and we hope to see you again on board with us soon. Ding ding. Clouds are dancing up out there, and it is influencing our frames as well. So we'll see what happens once we get closer to them. Here we are, coming into Arno. So for some reason, now I see what I have forgotten to do, is to set the time correctly in the sim. So what I can do, I hope I can do without messing up too much, is this time of day. Customize plus 60? Oh, no. I think I messed it up. What we should be doing is concentrating on our descent, shouldn't we? That's correct. Let me just check my phone, since I am sitting in this time zone. Yep, correct. Okie dokie. So we just traveled through time. How's that for you? See if we can get...
Echo, Sierra, Mike, Tango, Airport.
Nope. So let's hope that our passengers are done on the toilets. That ping means get the passengers back in the seat now, because we're in for a bumpy ride. What we'll do is that we'll just do sort of a dive here. And we will clear ourselves to flight level 100. Not much to be seen. So we can put this in here now. 150, 151. Oh, how I fear for my frames. So there's this, is it called Kulin? I don't know, it's the spit that is up here. Yeah, going out from Sweden. That's 150. Let's go a little bit faster, just for a short while. Oh, there's the weather we're drawing. Nice. Let's go a little bit faster. Go up to 310 just for... So it does have a tendency to... and then So it starts to pitch down. Take the speed, so see we are descending at quite a steep rate, and then once it hits the speed it pops up, so should be doing it a little more gently. Now it pitches up again.
Thousand to go.
And we'll clear us to 7,000. And very shortly we will reduce our speed and start thinking about slowing down. Turn the lights on. 0. And reverse is 46, flaps 30. Descent checklist pressurization is set, landing altitude, recall is checked, auto brake is set to 2. And landing data reverse windows completed, done. So let's start pulling back. There's 22 left. Inbound from the south. So we keep a close eye on any traffic, and if need be we will vector ourselves accordingly. But he's going in on 22 left, which I can't really understand. But if the man his preferences, I guess, when the ATC is offline. So there's the cloud layer, and we are well above the TAT, so no need for actions. Let's go to 5 and correct our heading and reduce further to 280. Now we are directly above Danish city Helsingør and Swedish city Helsingborg. And we can set standard. I think we will not be able to get Copenhagen.
Echo Sierra Tango Alpha Airport.
Nope. And now the frames are also getting hit as we are just on top of the clouds here. And I think it is loading the bridge and the airport and everything as well. We are tad high here. So what I'll actually do is reduce down to 140, and we'll get flaps 5 out quite early and use that to lose our altitude.
Thousand to go.
Tuned and tuned. And we can inform cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for arrival and be seated. Here comes the cloud. Tide is still looking good. The space warp is giving us some white streaks here. So now we are actually effectively cloud surfing. Descent to 3000 and 45. And let's reduce speed some more so we can start getting flaps 1. Let's get flaps once we hit 230. Yeah. Boom. And let's reduce even more. We have one guy coming in here, but he will be on the ground. He'll not be in our way, I think, unless he's doing a long procedure around. He is above us though, so we'll need to keep an eye on him. And we are in the clouds. That is still has dropped a little bit, but
Echo, Kilo, Charlie, Hotel, Airport Information, Oscar, 1334, Zulu, Weather, Wind, 155 at 20, Visibility, 10,000, Sky Condition, Ceiling, 1000, Overcast, Light, Rain, Temperature, 15, Dew Point, 13, QNH, 1009, Advise on initial contact, you have information.
he speaks so slowly. So we will expect some rain soon. 8682. Yeah, we're actually a bit low. So can engage VNAV and have it manage.
1,000 to go.
Got a bit distracted there, so we'll keep a close eye on this traffic. Looks like he is turning around, so it could actually be conflicting slightly with us, because he will be coming in to the left. Yeah, he will be landing on the same as us. So there's the rain. Let's just get so who will give way? I am lower, but he is... No, not level change, sorry. Enough. Heading select, and we will... Whoop. We have it down here. Now we will get we really messed that up, didn't we? Where are you? Yeah, you're behind us. That's good. That's all good. Okay, that's on the approach. Let's keep our speed up so that he so we have a chance to distance ourselves a little bit.
1,000 to go.
Should have seen that and given myself some delay vectors actually. He is close behind us, so we'll keep. Checklist. Cabin crew, please proceed to landing. Set. Arm you. Flaps 5. It is jerky, but the frame's actually looking good, but I think we can manage. And he hasn't yelled at us as well, even though I think we should have given way since he's the one riding and giving a heads up. So I think actually he is just
2500
doing a hold. Okay, so at 5 we will. Yeah, we'll configure gear down now. Flaps 15. Low speed down to 160. Still not visual. Quite a lot of wind though, so we might consider keeping it at 56. Landing checklist. Engine start which is continuous, speed brake is armed. Landing gear down 3 green, flaps 15, holding on the landing flap which is 30. Landing checklist is completed, clear to land. There we have the airport.
1,000 feet, stabilized, missed approach altitude set.
Okay, flaps 30. Insane wind.
Approaching 2 left.
So I will disconnect. Not so much time to tampering around.
500.
Because this wind is
400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200.
quite a lot of
Minimums.
crosswind here. Really have to work with it. Landing.
100.
And I will have to
50,
dance on the rudder
40,
pedals.
30, 20, 10.
Oh, bounce, bounce, bounce. Reverses. Manual braking, and we will
80 knots.
go here, the high-speed exit. Had to do full rudder input there. Really crazy winds.
Caution, on taxiway, on taxiway.
I know we're on taxiway. So, that was insane, to say the least. Art taxiway drawing here. Default scenery. So there's the guy we were doing the tango with. Let's see how he does. So what actually happened is on touchdown, I did push the just need to not give him any warnings. On touchdown, I did push the thrust lever all the way back at around 20 feet, and it popped back up and kept giving us thrust, so we bounced and stayed floating for quite a while until I got it back. And while working with that, looking away, you lose your sense of positioning. We kind of drifted a little bit to the side, which of course is not ideal. But we did not break anything. If we did, X-plane would have crashed me, because we do have excessive G-forces and remove flying surfaces enabled, so it will simply just puncture out. We didn't puncture a tire, we didn't get a warning, so. But I would love to see the replay. Actually, I think I will do the replay, record it and add it to the end of the video so we can see this horrific landing. Crossing runway, no traffic.
Approaching 12.
Just slowing down a bit because I really would like to see this guy here. See how he does. Turn off the radars as well. Not bad. We'll go here. Pop the APU on. What I think I'll do is I'll park the aircraft, disembark the passengers, and you're not flying X-plane, or maybe you are and you're having some converted scenery, I don't know. Park the aircraft, put it in turnaround mode or setup. Then I will do a recording after I have ended this recording of the landing, just for kicks, and I will close my eyes as we look at the landing rate as well. If you bounce, do you get 2 landing rates or do you just get 1? That's the interesting part. But I did think I did hear passenger Echo by screaming in the back. Down number 2. So I see we have default airport in Copenhagen, so no guides, no, just plain boring, so I will not stay here for long, that's for sure. So I don't know where we go next, maybe Berlin, maybe Dublin, maybe Edinburgh or Manchester. Could be interesting. That should do us nicely here. Parking brake, thrust levers down. On the APU. And kill the engines. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Copenhagen. Cabin crew, please disarm doors and slides. Turn you off. And what we will do is set the chucks, connect GPU. Ground power is now on. And we can turn APU off, taxi light off as well. Could go on. Yep. And we have TCAS off. And just have a look here, everything is good and no radars or anything. What we will also do, since we don't have, I feel a bit sorry for us, but since we don't have any, actually I cannot do that. If I do a replay and I have the doors open, it will look funky. So I think we'll just keep it like this. Look here, no angry messages, nope. So we'll close you down for a minute and just have a look at the landing rate. No, that's the wrong one. So, there we go. Still no ATC and a lot of traffic in Copenhagen, or some traffic. And I will also contemplate while I grab some food where we will go next. I'm not sure if we should go back to Norway. I would like to visit Stavanger and Bergen. Again, it's been a while. But also Berlin could be a good destination, or maybe even do a flight all the way to Manchester or Dublin, where we will definitely get both traffic and ATC and get our hands busy. But then we'll have to make sure that we don't have any major frames issues, because that would really make it difficult. So yeah, I'm not surprised. It was a horrible landing, interesting landing. We did get quite heavy crosswinds, up to 22 knots, and I think there were some gusts in there on the very short final. So did struggle to keep it. I think we did it pretty good. It was when we touched down that the issues with our thrust levers. I had it around here, close to thrust lever, and it did like so. So I closed it down and it got so. So we landed with thrust engaged, and I had to discover that, turn it off. And when you look down while landing in VR, your situational positioning awareness just flies right out the window, and landing with a side wind of over 20 knots. In X-plane you have to put in full rudder to just stay on the runway, as well as trying to brake down and maintain everything. So I'm quite happy that we didn't break anything, to be honest. We can terminate the flight leg. So yeah, what I'll do is I will disconnect from VATSIM, and I will do a replay. Just complete the flight here. Yep, I'll do a replay of the landing from the threshold, so we can have a good look at the bounce and and what was going on, and it should be interesting. So yeah, so thank you again for watching, and don't end the video just now. You will get a good look at the replay and of the landing, and why not just after that join me for my next leg, for wherever it is. I do think I will quite keen on going either to Great Britain or maybe to Brussels or something here-ish. Hamburg is also a place I quite enjoy flying to, so I will contemplate that while eating, and see you on the next flight, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to support the channel by liking and subscribing to the video, and if you do have suggestions, any destination wishes, or other types of challenges or fun stuff, then just let me know in the comments. So thank you, and have a good one.